How is everybody doing? You know how it go. Back at you with something that was requested of me. And so I felt like today I could speak on it, something early, something important. And I was asked, why is there a division amongst black folks? And so I'm going to keep this brief, but definitely straight to the point. Why is there division amongst the black family? Very simple to understand. It's a very simple concept. Thing is, it just hasn't caught on to every black person that it needs to. And this is it. When we speak on black division, we gotta go to the basics, the beginning, right? Cool. So let's do that. Speed up, hit modern times, and call it a day, right? All right, so when we're speaking on the black family, the way it was given to me at least, it was speaking on the black family within the corporation called America. So let's start there. America, quote unquote. America was built with the blood, sweat, and tears of black people. Facts. Everything you see here, everything you see on this planet started black. From architecture to the sciences to whatever the hell else you want to bring up. Started black. So America was built by black folks. Also, facts. The original inhabitants of this landmass called America were black people. Okay? Do your research. But I say that to say this. Black people, and I use these terms loosely, have an extraordinary, magnificent history, knowledge, science, genetics. Okay? So and we have to start at the beginning. So where does the division occur? As a young child, now, very young child, I'm a black young man, a young black woman in a landmass called America that is ran by majority white people. Okay, so let's get that dynamic situated right there. Boom. So now, as a young child, I go to school, school, which translates to hell or jail. And I'm being taught as a black child in a white landmass or a dominated white landmass by a white teacher who is teaching me white history, whitewashing black's history, which is all history. Black history is all history. But I am a black child, very immature and needing to be molded, right? My mind is very accessible. And I'm being taught white history by white teachers within this system called school, where they only let me go pee and whatever if they want me to. I eat when they want me to. I have to dress how they want me to. And I have to act according to how they expect me to act. So as a black child, my culture is not being taught to me. My history is not being taught to me. So at this young age, as a young black man, I am being pulled further and further away from myself. And I am being substituted, the knowledge of self is being taken and substituted for knowledge of white people and white history. So now I'm here 8 hours a day being force-fed information, white information. School is not for you to think. School is for you to remember what they fed you and regurgitated how they want you to. So with these things in play, I'm losing self even more day by day. Understand these dynamics, this mental war, this spiritual war, all takes place at a young age. So 8 hours a day, I'm being force-fed white history, white perspective, white mentality. As a young black man, this is happening to me. So then I go home and I watch TV. And you could do this today, family. I don't care where you're at. Do this today. I turn on the TV and I'm flicking through the channels. The commercials are majority, and I mean a good majority, white people on commercials. Okay? Facts. This is going into my mind, which is going into my subconscious, which is feeding my ego, which is pulling me further away from myself, my black heritage, culture, people. I don't see it on TV. I'm not taught it at school at all. I get the shortest month and I hear about the same 3 or 4 people. So I go on TV and I see nothing but white people in the commercials. Then I go look at, I want to watch some shows. Majority of those shows are white people. I go to my religion. On this landmass, Christianity is pretty dominant. It's not the only, we know this. Let's speak. And I see a white Jesus, a white man. My principal at school is normally a white man. The people on TV that are in positions of power, supposedly, are white men. So my religion, if you look at every religion reflects the people. So when you look at the Buddha, now he looks a little Asian or whatever. He originally was black. It was through amalgamation and takeovers that he became of the people that took over. When you look at Allah, Allah's black, Muhammad, depends on who you are, right? You go to Jesus, you got black folks that are so separated from self, so conflicted within self, that they're praying to a white Jesus. This is not your culture. This is not your religion. Even though it originates, all religion, all sciences, all knowledges, all architects, all sciences originate from Africans. But this is not what I'm being shown, and it's not what's being propagated to me. Only thing being propagated to me is a reflection of white history, white people, and white superiority. This translates into the propagation that I'm being taught every day through all type of different access points is white superiority, black inferiority. Look at your rappers. None but drug heads. They don't do shit but promote drugs, sex, violence, materialism. Who are they being run by? White people. So now I'm looking at my people and they're telling me to destroy self because they're getting paid to propagate this and they're willing to. So I'm being bombarded on all sides at a very, very much immature age, very young age, that black people are in an inferior state. I go to law. Even in law, it tells me that black has no standing in law. When I go to, I want to be a scientist. When I go study science, black translates into death. So I'm having all these negative connotations of my people, of myself. Then when I get on and see music videos, I see the queens shaking their ass, being half naked, and being allowed to be called bitch. And then I see how black women treat each other, and in a form of good gestures, they call each other bitch. This is all mental war. This is self-destruction. This is self-division. I do not know self because self was not given to me when it should have been given to me. Yet, what was given to me was black inferiority complex and white superiority complexes that reflect on the white children that are getting fed the proper culture because this is their culture. They live within their culture. They're being taught by white teachers. They're praising white gods. They're seeing their white selves on TV in positions of power, so it reflects in their ignorance and in their ego. So they're conflicted within their ego and ignorance, which reflects to me as racism, prejudices. Then in turn, I lash out because I have no knowledge of self. I only know what has been put into me by foreign people, foreign cultures. And these foreign cultures and these foreign people so happen to be the ones who are disharmonized with the universe, whose whole legacy is murder, genocide, rape, pillage, oppress. So now I'm carrying on their traits because that's what they fed me at a very impressionable age. And when I see the young queens on TV shaking their ass, I look at my black woman in the same aspect because that's what's being promoted to me. Then I see the black man is a drug dealer, a criminal, or he can only be a basketball hooper or a footballer. That's about as far as we'll go. Or a rapper. So now you have a whole generation of wannabe rappers, wannabe thugs, wannabe football players, wannabe sports stars. Because this is what we're promoted. This is why we dominate those things. Because that's what we're promoted and pushed towards. It was never going to be any other way when you live in the land of your oppressor, your enemy. It was going to be no other way when you establish that you're going to give him power over you, to allow him. You should never let your enemy or a foreigner teach you and pull you away from your culture. But this is what has happened within the community of the black family. So now I am at war with myself because I don't know self, but self knows self. And it's in me to fight within myself because I'm fighting right and wrong. I know my true self knows more than the ego knows. So I'm conflicted within. So it represents as a anger or hate towards my reflective people. This becomes disunity. I was told that if I want the best in life, I have to buy white shit. Gucci product has been propagated to me for so long that these are name brands that you want to have. Meanwhile, the family just opened a small black business, but it's been propagated to me that black businesses don't do professional business. They don't give hookups. They don't give lookouts. So I'm not going to support them. This is what I've been taught, though. And if I don't wake up, I'm continuing to. Economically, all people know, in order to be successful as a people, you have to have economic intelligence. But we've been taught to spend our money, to be consumers of names that don't mean shit because it's propagated. Black people have the biggest spending power, like $1.2 trillion in spending power. And every holiday, everything, all these times, we spend outside of our community, making our dollar bill worthless. When you spend within your community, you appreciate the value of your currency. But we weren't taught that. Everybody else is taught that. That's why Arabs and Asians can come into America, quote unquote, and set up shop anywhere they want because they understood the economic side. Plus, they are in cahoots with the USA corporation. That's why the Jews got paid off for reparations. That's why white folks take over the land. But black folks don't get those reparations. These are things that actually have happened and are happening. And instead of depending on them to give it to us, we should take it back. And they fear, because they only come from a certain perspective of disharmony, violence, and aggression, that they fear that a black uprising equates to mass genocide and rape and pillaging the lands and the white people off the land and all this and that. That comes in war. But when black folks speak of regaining their throne, they mean regaining everything that was taken from them, one way or the other. One way or the other. There's a decision to be made. This is the disharmony within the black collective, and this is my perspectives and reasons why this possibly continues to happen with the facts that I just laid out. If you study into it and you look at it, it's a fact. If I missed anything, like I said, this was just to get from the beginning to now and sum it up. Black family, you're so much greater than what you are at this point in time. But it takes the black family to invest in the black family and wake up the black family in order for us to regain our knowledge of self as a collective. And for the white people that understand what's going on and think that it is wrong, you are not a part of this problem. We are not attacking you guys. We're attacking the ignorance. Okay? With that being said, I really do hope you appreciate this video. And if you want to build more on it, we definitely can, because I have a lot more to say. And I have a lot more documented facts that I can show. Okay? So I do hope you appreciate this. And I hope if you're a young black male or woman, or a young white man or woman, and you hear this, that this helps you understand really what's going on out here. Okay? With that being said, much love, family. I hope you continue to have a good day. And if you're not, make it a good one, because you're fucking awesome. And I said that real vulgar because I mean that shit and I don't give a fuck. You're that fucking awesome. Peace.